All right, episode 3, Before He Cheats.
Yes.
So we discussed a topic that I think a lot of our peers are talking about, but instead of crying the victim, we decided to talk about the ways in which we've been unfaithful.
Mm-hmm.
And we got we got a lot of responses on social media. I'm just want to run through some of my favorite. We need to stop forcing relationship types on our listeners. Apparently, I guess someone was unclear that we were giving our opinions on what we would do with our lives and thought that we were telling other people to do it with theirs. Um,
Yes.
That person doesn't seem terribly intelligent.
No, I think because I had to listen back to it, and I think they got caught up on. I think it was Jordan talking about monogamy and like that's what he strives for, and I was just like, well, yeah, but I don't think we all said that that's what we
I
collectively as a
definitely didn't.
group believed in. So I was
al-
like, why
Also
did
said
they?
that
They
wasn't the
took that
gold
one.
standard.
They took that one piece and was like, y'all need to stop making what's good for
I was
y'all
just
be good for everyone.
I was just like, do what you want to do. Just do it over there. Um,
Mm-mm. Y'all two were trying to villainize the non-monogamous girls, and we ain't like that.
is
Listen,
that what happened?
That's what it
Okay.
felt like.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
somebody told me.
Got it.
villainize the non-monogamous girls? No, because I think
Hmm.
I think Damon. I think I agreed that I'm more open to an open format, and
Hmm.
not necessarily looking for like one size fits all because that's not realistic. But anywho,
What size fits for you?
So, all right. Let's. These are supposed to be
let me
quick hits.
get let me get out my ruler.
Ah. So someone said monogamy is not new. GTFOH. Someone said you can try the same thing, just make sure the approach is different. This is in reaction to retrying monogamy after failing at it.
Hmm.
Someone said sometimes monogamy could be the wrong person versus the wrong relationship type. And then
Hmm.
one of our listeners actually decided to coin us the Cheetah Girls, which I thought was very
That
clever.
was funny. That
um,
was hilarious.
I thought that was clever. It came with a GIF and everything. So thank you for that, I guess.
Leave me out
But
of that.
one thing that I do want to sort of focus on is that one of our listeners mentioned the emotional toll of seeing infidelity occur between their parents growing up and how that has impacted their approach to transparency around the relationship type that they want at the onset with a potential
Hmm.
partner. And then, Tony, you mentioned at some point in the episode something to the effect of, I'm not going to get this right, but something to the effect of you see these relationships or these marriages for 40 something years. Someone definitely stepped out at some point. A listener
Hmm.
wants to know if we think that cheating is inevitable in any relationship format that's other than open.
Um, I think that we like to believe that it won't happen. Like you don't go in with that intention of cheating being the thing that is inevitable is going to happen. But I think people, I'm a realist, and things happen, and I think the people whose marriages last are realists because things have happened and they work through them. So I don't think it's inevitable, but I think there's a high probability, and
Yeah.
you got to be
Damon?
ready to deal with that.
I mean, I don't have much to add to that. I think shit happens and shit don't happen. It's all up on the people. Like I don't know. Like I continue to say I'm not trying to fit answers into like neat little bows. Like, sure, it could happen. You could live 40 years and it's just you and your man. And every other option can also happen. So
Right. I
Right.
mean, I sort of agree with you guys. I just feel like one would like to say that it would never happen, but that's sort of like wishing for a perfect situation. I think that, in the at some point during a lifetime of a marriage, I have to imagine there's going to be some sort of disconnect, emotionally, sexually, you name it. I
hmm
just
Hmm.
it just seems,
But
I don't
yeah, and I
know.
think I think for that person who mentioned that they move differently because their father stepped out on their mother, and so they don't want to do that, and if they're more upfront, I think that's the way to go. You got to set the agreement. I think we talked about in the episode. You got to do that up front. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, we hosted a Instagram stories poll where we asked if our listeners or our followers rather believe that monogamy was an antiquated relationship format, and it seems like our followers are about 50-50 split on that. So
they
I
lying.
thought you listen. You think they lying? You think they more into open formats or less?
I think a lot of people like to think that they want a monogamish or a relationship that isn't monogamy, but I don't think people actually like walk the talk or walk
So
the
you think
walk.
people actually want more monogamy?
I think people like to believe that they are capable of having that, but they're not living that life. I feel like there's more cheating going on, and there's more,
Got it.
like I think that's happening, and I think people are just like, monogamy exists, and I'm like, okay, well, why you cheating?
From who? Right, like from you want me to hear that from you? So that I think that's a perfect segue because a listener has asked, with queer folks paving the way for non-traditional relationship types, does that leave our community to be more vulnerable to ending up alone with no one to share our older years with? So I guess this question is more so like with us experimenting with formats that I guess are less popular, less tried and true, if you will. Does that leave us more open to sort of growing old alone?
No.
No, listen, I'm always have you bitches.
But no, I say no even from like the question's flawed. Like the question assumes that monogamous relationships work out and so many old people are happy, but half of marriages end in divorce. So like go the other way, seems like you got a 50-50 shot, and then go the other way, you don't really know what's gonna happen either way. So like it's just
It's all
life
shot in the
happens.
dark.
Exactly. People end up together, people end up alone. Be happy with yourself to make sure that you find either way. That's what I think.
Right. And listen, Damon, his note from this week said, "Don't listen to none of our advice."
Stop. We don't know shit.
Stop forcing these beliefs on the girls. Tony, you have anything to add there, or
No, I think it's all a shot in the dark. Like there's no like guide that anyone can follow. People talk about communication. I saw something that said that people say communication is key, and it was like actually comprehension is key. Because I need
That
you to
part.
understand
What the fuck I'm saying?
So yeah.
I thought this question was interesting because I do feel like part of the reason why I think aspire to monogamy because there's something that's appealing to me in terms of like unconditional love. I feel like growing up I've had a lot of love with conditions, and something to me about like monogamy and marriage means that like this person is committed to you, like, and it's not changing, and it sort of gives me comfort knowing that I have like a person that I will just like have for life. And I mean, obviously that's not the reality of America and of divorce rates, but I think that, definitely I think that part of my interest in being monogamous and aspiring to marriage is somewhat out of the fear of not really having a lifelong partner.
Yeah, that whole
So
spiel was like all the things that scared the shit out of me. Somebody
What?
talking about having me and I belong to them. And, oh my God, no. So Jordan and I won't be getting married, everybody. So there you have it. But
well, you're not getting married at all, so
I could get married.
rules us out.
I could
Oh,
get
right.
married. Who knows? Oh my
You're right.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, listen, we said on the episode, we don't always win. So
Love is definitely a losing game. So you might as well lose by your own rules and not by ours. So moral of the story is do not take what we're saying and apply it directly to your life. listen to what we're saying, throw out what you don't like, receive what you do like, and honestly apply that to every episode.
Right.
Not just this one. So I think that's all the time I think we're going to leave it right there. I think that obviously we'll have a lot more time to talk about relationships and wrongdoings and right doings and all of that. But we want to thank everyone who submitted their questions, their comments, their grievances, their reads, all of that. New episodes of season 3 premiere on Wednesdays. So please keep listening and keep letting us have it. We'll be back with another week of Surface Level Sound Off next week. But until then, peace out.
Cheetah Girl signing out.
Oh my God. Cheetah Sisters.